Hi guys, this is DJ Dimaliuat, and in this video, I will share with you my thoughts between this concern or this question, BTID or Buy Term Invest the Difference versus VUL. Ano ba talagang mas maganda? So I will talk about my honest and unbiased take on this as an investor and as a financial advisor. But before that, don't forget to subscribe in my YouTube channel and turn on that notification bell for more videos like this. Okay, so as you all know, I'm a manager in Film Life. I've been a financial advisor for 7 years, and I've been in this industry for quite some time na rin. And one of the major questions, and I don't know if we can call it issues, na magandang pag-usapan is ano ba talagang tama? Buy term invest the difference or VUL? So let's talk about it in this video. Alright, so ganito gagawin natin. Let's break it down into investment part and then insurance part. Diba? Kasi yung VUL talaga is an insurance with an investment component. So I think it's best if we break it down in this part. So sa first thing, let's talk about investment. On investment, ano ba yung masasabi ko? No, so si buy term invest the difference truly can give you potentially higher returns. No, why? Because you will be investing yung part of the investment na dun sa sarili mong control. You can play around with it. You can even earn probably more than 10% in a year or probably even in a month, depending if you do it right. If you invest it in the right company. Diba? So, potentially, bigger returns yung makukuha mo if nag-BTID ka or buy term invest the difference. Also, the thing is, you must have time to study. Because it takes time, sometimes years, to really learn and get a hang of investing, especially if you do it on your own, you do it yourself. Di ba, pag-aaralan mo the charts, the fundamentals, all these things, yung impact ng news, ganyan. So, the question is, do you have time? And at the same time, the time to execute. If you're investing in the Philippine stock market, for example, because I think that's the best comparison with VUL, PSEI tayo, or the Philippine stocks, you got to be able to invest between 9 o'clock to 3:30, di ba? So, kailangan nababantayan mo yon. But so what if you're working during those times? Baka hindi yun para sa'yo. So, you got to consider those things, no? If you should be deciding between buy term invest the difference or VUL. Right? So, and again, the other thing is you can also invest in other instruments, diba? So when you just buy a term insurance, the rest of your money, you can also invest not just in stocks, but also in other businesses. There are other also good instruments out there that gives a lot of returns as well. No? May mga corporate bonds or also the other investments like, for example, yung mga agri, diba? Other businesses that they have a specific business model, and then you can invest with them, or you can use that money in your own business, running your own business. Another good thing about BTID is, of course, the liquidity. No, wala usually holding period. Depende, of course, depende doon sa instrument na pag-iinvestan mo. So if you invest in the stock market, you can really withdraw anytime as long as you sell it on that price. Yun nga lang, of course, it hindi rin also guarantee kung kumita yon or bumaba yun. Let's say you bought a stock, tapos nag-crash yung market, for example, or that stock goes down, and then kailangan mo ng pera. So yes, although it's liquid, you can sell it anytime and withdraw it in your bank. The challenge is, of course, kung hindi ka pa ganun kagaling, diba, posible rin namang lugi. So hindi rin guarantee na kikita. Diba? But you have that certain control. Sa VUL naman, for me, I would like to consider VUL as more of a savings plan rather than an investment plan. Because if you buy a VUL and then you waited for the next 10 years, probably kikita yan maybe just around 10% sa first 10 years because there are also insurance charges. So it's really more on really investing, basically saving for the long term. At least meron kang na-save in the next 5-10 years mo. Compared, probably you ask yourself, for the past 5 years or 10 years, magkano na ba yung na-save mo? Nakapag-save ka ba talaga? Baka hindi. So this can really help. So the good thing also with VUL is it develops discipline. Since it's a monthly schedule or quarterly or annual, di ba? Or semi-annual, may schedule siya, nasasanay ka. So for people, especially those who are starting, who doesn't have that habit to regularly save and invest, VUL, because of its design, natutulungan ka to have that mentality. So again, success is all about habits. So kapag nagkaroon ka ng tamang habits, it can impact your future self. Diba? You can be a better investor, a better business owner because of that discipline. So that's the intangible part that I always share to my clients, to people I talk to. It's not just about the money. It's about having that discipline. And another thing is you have someone to consult with, diba? Your financial advisor. Like for example, if I'm your financial advisor for the next 10 years, if you're invested with VUL, you can always consult with me and that's for free, diba? Ganon. So may mga matatanong ka, you can always ask questions, sometimes even outside of VUL and Film Life dahil kliyente na kita, naging kaibigan na kita, the relationship grows. So that's really something that is intangible at hindi mo mabayaran ng pera ng returns. And of course, another thing is if we talk about stocks, you have the access to fund managers. Instead of you thinking what stock to buy, to always check on it every single day, if you're not that type of investor, edi someone will do that for you. So of course, there are fees in the VUL, but again, it's more convenient. Ika nga. Now let's talk about insurance. On insurance naman, of course, it's really good to also talk about this part kasi we're talking about life insurance naman talaga. Yun yung kino-compare natin. Both sides, we are buying an insurance. So sa term insurance, the good thing with term insurance, sa BTID, when you buy term, it's the cheapest form of life insurance. No? Kasi term nga lang siya, para siyang car insurance. Pag nagbayad ka, insured yung kotse mo. Pag hindi, wala na rin insurance. Pag nabangga, wala ka makiklaim. Ganon din dito sa life insurance, di ba? So if you pay term, yun, nagbabayad ka every year. Ganon. So doon ka lang nako-cover during the time na bayad ka. Pag hindi ka nagbayad, hindi ka na-cover. Pag tumigil ka after 20 years, kahit 20 years na, hindi ka na rin covered. So that's the challenge. In fact, that's so cheap that in our company, Film Life, it's only you can get as low as 3,240 pesos a year for a 1 million coverage for a 30-year-old client. Diba? So 3,000, parang 100 pesos lang yun. Hindi pala, no? So parang just, 250 pesos a month, no? 250 a month, 300 a month, diba? Parang ang mura noon. Then 1 million na yung pwedeng may cover sa family mo. So it makes sense, diba, na kumuha ka ng term insurance. Another thing with term insurance, maybe a lot of people don't know, you can attach riders as well, both for accident insurance and then hospitalization. No? There are few term insurance like that na pwede mong lagyan ng hospitalization benefits. Pag na-hospital ka, meron ka makiklaim na daily hospital income like 1,000 pesos or 2,000 pesos a night of confinement. The thing with term insurance is you got to make sure that it stays in force. There's a study, when I attended a conference, the MDRT conference, sabi nila only 2% of term insurance are in force when the time they need it. Dahil nga sa sobrang mura, di ba? Pag naisip na, hindi ko na babayaran yan, ganyan lang naman yan. Di ba? Parang maliit masyado yung term insurance. That's why people forget to pay about it. Or parang kumuha lang ngayon one time, hindi niya na naisip na next year kailangan niyang bayaran yung tuloy-tuloy. So that's the thing. That's the big problem. The people take it for granted. So don't take it for granted if you choose to get a term insurance. Kunin mo siya pang dagdag talaga ng insurance coverage mo, not the only insurance coverage. So let's talk about VUL naman. So sa VUL, ang maganda sa VUL kasi it's like a prepaid insurance. You pay on a limited term, usually 10 years. So after paying for 10 years, usually you're covered. Pag hindi mo withdraw, you're covered for the whole duration of your life, up to age 100. Diba? Kaya dapat ang VUL talaga hindi wini-withdraw. It shouldn't be really viewed as an investment. It's more of an insurance. Why? When you withdraw your VUL, the account value, hindi ka na rin insured. So walang sense. We get an insurance policy for the life insurance, not really for the investment. Kaya nga mas gusto kong tignan, savings mo lang siya. And that's why you have to get multiple insurance policies para pag hindi mo, kunyari, yung isa, let's say, meron kang isa talagang pang education ng anak mo, pero yung isa, pang insurance mo talaga hanggang age 100. Just to put it simply that way. Hindi pwedeng isa lang tapos withdrawin mo rin in the future, di ba? Walang sense. Hindi ka na mako-cover during the time na mas kailangan mo pag lumaki na yung family mo. Di ba? So another thing that I like with VUL in terms of insurance is lalo na nung na-create yung critical illness insurance and the health insurance benefits, di ba? So marami ng VUL ngayon that has critical illness component, surgical benefits, has hospitalization benefits pag na-hospital ka, pag na-ICU ka. So while you're saving, covered ka. I have a lot of clients who have claims like that. No? May client ako, bumili siya ng VUL para sa education. Sabi ko, kuhanan natin ng merong health insurance. And true enough, no? I have one client, 3 times na siya nakaklaim ng tigda 10,000 pesos. 3 times siya hospitalized ng 5 days. So 2,000 a night times 5, 10,000. So 3 times, naka 30,000 na siya sa insurance niya. While it's still in force, nag-iipon pa rin siya para sa education ng anak niya for college. Diba? So maganda yun. Right? So that's what I like, especially nung nagkaroon ng health insurance sa VUL. Parang sabi ko, it's a game changer. Because hindi na talaga siya pwedeng i-compare sa BTID lang. Diba? Kasi wala ka namang, wala ka namang makukuhang ganung coverage sa other investment. No? Even if you invest in the stock markets, sa ibang businesses, wala kang health insurance doon. Diba? Another thing is that with Film Vitality, just to promote about it ng konti, there's actually what we call coverage boost. You get extra insurance, 20% when you sign up to 50%. So imagine, you bought a life insurance, let's say for 30,000 pesos, may 1 million ka. And then up to 50% yung coverage boost if you keep yourself healthy. So may additional kang 500,000 insurance for free just because of the Film Vitality program, di ba? So yung kasi yung gusto. And yun yung maganda. Wala na sa term insurance. We don't offer that sa term insurance. We only offer that in VUL and in whole life. Di ba? So mas pinapaboran ng mga programs ng company yung VUL kasi mas malaki yung binayad mo. Di ba? So you might be asking, DJ, ano ba talaga yung best? What's the best for you? So just to simply put, if you want control of your money, feeling mo mas mapapalaki mo talaga siya, and you're more focused on the investment part talaga, then go ahead, BTID, buy a term, and then invest the difference. Just make sure your term insurance laging in force. Diba? Kahit nagmamahal siya. Kasi another challenge with term insurance, diba, mas nagmamahal siya as you age. If you started at age 30, 3,200 lang siya for 1 million, baka 60,000 pesos na siya or 50,000 pesos na siya when you're age 60. So medyo mahal na siya, hindi mo na siya ma-afford for the 1 million. Yun yung challenge, di ba? So just make sure that it stays in force. Right? If you want an assistance and less stress for you at nakatingin ka talaga sa benefits of life insurance, then okay lang sa'yo yung forming a habit of saving more than the returns, then you go for VUL. For me, ganon. That's my honest opinion about it. Ako kasi ganon. I buy my VUL not really for the returns. I like the savings part para pag kailangan ko talagang parang emergency fund ko na rin siya in a way. Although of course, pag nag-withdraw ka in less than 10 years, may charges siya. So parang malulugi ka. That's just fine. Kasi mas gusto ko yung coverage ng life insurance na sa maliit na binayad mo, ang laki na makukuha mong benefits. And then it's very diverse. Hindi lang siya death. We don't want to die, di ba? But we may get sick, we may get accidents. So coverage yun ng mga VUL if you do it right. So ang question ko nga is, or my take on this, is what I want to tell you is why not have both? Why not have both term and VUL? Bakit kailangan natin silang i-clash? Bakit ba pinaglalaban pa natin yan? Bakit ba may mga nagsasabi na BTID ka lang dapat? Ba't ba may mga nagsasabi na financial advisor, hindi, VUL ka lang, di ba? For me, I have term insurance, to be honest. I buy term insurance kasi mura lang siya and it adds up to the coverage that I want. Anyway, we need at least 10 times our annual income for the life insurance anyway. So I'm sure you and me, kulang pa yung coverage natin for our needs and for our family's needs in case our income stops because of death or disability. I also have a VUL. Diba? So meron akong VUL for specific purposes. Diba? So yun, meron ako doon for savings purposes, nag-iipon lang ako doon for my son, specifically sa education. And I have for health insurance purposes, diba? So may savings yun, but more importantly, nakatingin talaga ako doon for the coverage of critical illness, accident, hospitalization, para it aids me in case something happens. I also invest in other instruments, hindi lang sa stock market. So yes, I invest in the stock market. I have mutual funds. I have different investment opportunities in the global market, in different businesses. So I also scatter my money. I have properties, di ba? So I also invest the difference. That's really the truth. But I do not buy VUL. I buy VUL, di ba? So yung masyadong makitid yung pag-iisip na ko-compare mo siya or ito yung mas maganda dito. Hindi eh. For me, strive to have both, to have all. I also have whole life insurance. Ito yung pure insurance lang siya, wala siyang investment, limited lang mo siyang babayaran 10 or 20 years, tapos covered ka na up to age 100. I like that kasi you buy really money at a discount. Like yung 1 million pesos, babayaran mo lang ng 500,000, hulugan pa, for say for the next 10 or 20 years. Diba? So parang 50% off, 40% off yung pera, nakatipid ka. Ganon. So pwede mo maipamana yun. Diba? So if you want to transfer your wealth, maganda rin yung whole life. Diba? So yun, anyway, you gotta invest 10% of your money. So strive on, focus on increasing your income. No? Palakihin mo yung income mo and then invest 10% in different investment classes and life insurance. So for me, that's my take. I hope I inspired you. And if you have some questions, go and type in there or contact me. If you want me to help you with your insurance policies, don't hesitate to contact me. I'm just one chat away. I will leave the link in my Facebook profile here so that you can also talk to me. So if you have questions, don't forget, just type in the comment section or PM me. Wala pong problema. I will be accessible as much as I can. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe in my YouTube channel and turn on that notification bell so that you will get more videos like this in the future. So with that, this is DJ Dimaliuat. See you again soon.